The weight of wealth. In the busy city of Lagos, where the roads never truly slept and the sound of life filled every corner from morning till night, stood a mansion so large and beautiful that people often slowed down just to admire it. Behind those tall gates lived Chief Adewale Balogun, a man whose name carried power, respect, and influence across the entire country. Chief Adewale was not just rich, he was a symbol of success. He owned companies, properties, and businesses that stretched beyond Nigeria. And everywhere he went, people greeted him with deep respect. His life looked perfect from the outside, and many believe he had everything a man could ever need. However, inside that grand house, there was something missing, something that no amount of money could fix: peace. On a quiet evening, as the golden light of the setting sun entered through the large glass windows of his living room, Chief Adewale sat in silence, holding a cup of tea that had already gone cold. His eyes were not focused on the television in front of him, nor on the beauty of his surroundings, but on something much deeper in his mind. Across the room sat his son, Tunde, scrolling through his phone, occasionally smiling at messages that appeared on his screen. Tunde was everything a father could wish for in a son. He was intelligent, well-mannered, and carried himself with confidence. Yet there was something about him that troubled his father deeply. Chief Adewale watched him carefully before finally speaking in a calm but serious tone. "My son," he began, placing the cup gently on the table, "tell me something honestly." Tunde looked up, slightly surprised by the tone in his father's voice, and gave a small nod. "Yes, father." Chief Adewale leaned forward, his expression thoughtful and searching. "All these people around you, especially the women you spend time with, do you truly believe they care about you for who you are?" Tunde paused, and for a moment the smile on his face faded. He shifted slightly in his seat, as if the question had touched a place he often tried to ignore. "They care enough," he replied, though his voice did not carry much confidence. Chief Adewale shook his head slowly, his eyes filled with quiet concern. "No, my son," he said gently, "they care about what you have, your cars, your money, your name. But do they care about your heart, your struggles, or the kind of man you truly are inside?" Tunde looked away, unable to meet his father's eyes, because deep down, he knew the truth. Every relationship he had been in followed the same pattern. It always started with excitement and attention, filled with expensive gifts, luxury outings, and sweet words that sounded beautiful but felt empty over time. And in the end, it always left him feeling alone. "I am tired, father," Tunde admitted quietly, his voice softer now, carrying a hint of pain. "Sometimes I feel like I am surrounded by people, yet I have no one who truly understands me. I don't even know what real love feels like anymore." The room fell silent after those words, and Chief Adewale felt a deep weight in his chest. As a father, nothing hurt him more than seeing his son lost in a world where love had been replaced by selfish desire. That night, long after Tunde had gone to bed, Chief Adewale remained seated in the same spot, thinking deeply. The house was quiet, but his mind was restless, searching for a solution to a problem that money could not solve. He stood up slowly and walked toward the window, looking out at the city lights that stretched far into the distance. Somewhere in that vast city, he believed, there had to be someone with a pure heart, someone who could love his son not for his wealth, but for who he truly was. Then suddenly an unusual idea entered his mind, one so unexpected that it made him pause. "If wealth is the reason we cannot find the truth," he whispered softly to himself, "then perhaps I must remove it from the equation." The thought stayed with him, growing stronger with every passing moment. What if he could see how people truly behaved when there was nothing to gain? What if he could meet people who would never imagine who he really was? By the time the first light of morning touched the sky, Chief Adewale had made his decision. Later that day, something strange happened. The powerful and respected Chief Adewale Balogun was nowhere to be found in his mansion, his office, or any of his usual places. Instead, in a crowded part of Lagos, among the noise of passing cars, street vendors, and busy pedestrians, sat a man dressed in worn-out clothes, his face slightly covered in dust, his posture weak, and his voice low as he stretched out his hand to passing strangers. To everyone around, he was just another poor beggar, someone easy to ignore, someone easy to dismiss. No one stopped to look closely. No one recognized him. And just like that, a man who once commanded attention everywhere he went had become invisible. But behind those tired eyes was a sharp mind, watching, waiting, and searching for something money had never been able to buy: a true heart. And so his test quietly began on the streets, where truth often reveals itself in the simplest actions. Say continue, and I'll move to segment 2. A man becomes invisible, where he faces harsh treatment and begins meeting different women.